Criminal battle. That quote came from him. Our battle is political and spiritual, not physical or criminal, so it should be nonviolent and diligent. It's time to stop listening to the talking heads who tell us how to vote, be it Union, Democrat, Republican Party, liberal church leaders, campaign advertising, or biased national news media. We need to think for ourselves by voting for honest, accountable congressional leaders that will preserve our constitutional rights, keep this great nation an exceptional free democratic republic for all of us. Liberty, freedom, is when the government fears the people. Tyranny is when the people fear their own government. I don't know who the author was. I didn't say that. That's too good for me to say. Do you fear our government? Do you feel like when we're speaking out against the government, when we're sending emails, that something's going to happen, somebody's going to knock on our door some night at 11 o'clock or kick it down? Yeah, I'm starting to think about it. If most people think it doesn't matter, it will be too late when it does. All we need to do to lose our freedom is nothing. Getting it back will cost us everything. Have you enjoyed the freedoms Americans fought for? Have you enjoyed the freedoms American veterans fought for? Don't you think your children and grandchildren would love to live in the same free America that you have so richly enjoyed? Today is the day, and now's the time to step up to the plate and get involved before it's too late. Yes, it matters to your children and grandchildren, and they're counting on you. They're counting on us. I would appreciate your vote. I'm not a politician. I don't have slick answers or anything like that. I've just been kind of giving this stuff some thought. When I'm elected, I'll come back and we'll tell you about my experiences going on in the State Central Committee. This will all be a learning experience for me because I've never been on a committee like that. I have some background in condo boards and things like that and sales. But I would only be 1 out of 66 votes. So it's going to take a lot more me to influence people to try to vote and think outside the box. But the liberty, this is all about liberty. We need to keep our liberties no matter if it costs us our lives. I hate to think that our grandchildren are going to grow up in an America that has a dictator. Because if we don't keep our liberties, we will have one. You may not like it, and I may not like it, but when you have chaos in a country that's in chaos, that's what it takes is a dictator. So let's sleep right tonight. Let's get active, and let's have hope. You know, it doesn't take a majority to defeat this.
Thank you, John. Okay, our third candidate is Denise Verdi. You're going to come up here. Denise is running for State Central Committee from the 25th District. She's also one of the members of our leadership team here. So with that, I'll give you Denise.
Nice to meet you all. I'm probably one of the most unprepared introductions you're ever going to hear. I've just been going through family crises. My father just passed away just recently, and I'm right now taking care of my oldest brother with a real serious illness at my house. And so I was just rushing home to take care of some really serious things. I used to be squeamish, I'm not anymore. Anyways, I just am so excited to be a part of this group. A little story about myself is I've been a faithful voter since I was at the age to vote. I'm extremely conservative. I was raised that way, so it runs in my veins. My mother was very politically involved. As a busy single mom, she still made time, and she was an inspiration to me. I saw a video with a friend of mine called Monumental, and after that movie was done, I looked at my dear friend and said, I can't stand this. I've got to do something. I've got to do more than just vote. And long story short, I was introduced to this new group here, and was pleasantly delighted when I know it was longtime friends of mine that I used to attend church with many years ago, and so it was just a grand and great reunion. And basically, I know that we're all busy. I'm extremely busy. Do I have time? I have about as much time as any of you do. We all don't have too much of it. But if each of us use our gifts, talents, and abilities in whatever way we can and work as a team together, and we all do a little, or a lot, or somewhere in between, somewhere in the middle, we can get so much accomplished. I believe that there is power in passion and concern, and we all want to be able to look at our sons and our daughters, our grandchildren, our spouses, our relatives, our friends, look at them in the eye and say, we did all we could. No matter what happens, whether it's good or bad or whatever, what's going to happen with the future of our country, we can be proud to say we did what we could do in our busy world. So that's what I'm doing. I'm a willing servant. I just was like, I'll do whatever I can do. I don't know too much, but somebody has to start somewhere, and that's where I'm starting. And I don't know too much, but I'm willing to learn and get my feet wet, so to speak, get my hands a little dirty. And I live in a little town, Timberlake. I don't know if anybody knows, a little off of East Lake. Nobody even knows where it's at. It's kind of hidden. So, hey! The big thing that I feel is that we all need to do is I ditto everything that my previous people has spoken. I'm extremely conservative and all the above. So if you just think of it, you can ask the questions, all the above. I want to be able to, I ask God to use me in any way, which way I can be used. And so if I'm being put in this position, hopefully I can do it to the best of my abilities. And really, what my biggest goal is to lock arms with like-minded people. Because if we do that, we could get a lot done. I really, truly believe that we could get a lot done. And we could keep each other motivated. We could educate each other. Some's been in this race a lot longer than some of us newbies. So we depend on you. People that are more involved, more experienced, we're depending on you. But it takes, it takes a little bit of guts and it takes a little bit of courage to say, what can I do? And that's what it's all about. And so it's nice to meet you.
Thank you, Denise. I'd say that was pretty well done for not being prepared. She spoke from the heart. Okay, so those are the 3 State Central Committee candidates. And you probably will note that they're not polished politicians, but I'm not sure that's what we need. I think we need concerned citizens, common citizens, to step up to the plate and do the things that need to be done. People who aren't beholden to the party, but are beholden to we, the people. So, with that, we will introduce Rob Walgate. He's going to have some introductory remarks, and then they'll be following up with Obamacare and its impact on our religious liberties. I got that right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good evening. Thanks so much for having us here this evening. My name is Rob Walgate. I'm the Vice President of the American Policy Roundtable. Now, what I wanted to do briefly is just give you a little background about the Roundtable in case you're not familiar with some of the work that we do. The Roundtable was founded in 1980, and we are a media research and education organization that works on a variety of issues. Some of you may be familiar with some of the things that we've worked on or been part of in the past. Our president and CEO is David Zanotti. It's a very familiar name in Northeast Ohio, and now across the country with our radio broadcast that we have. We have a 2-minute daily radio broadcast called The Public Square, and we have a 60-minute weekly radio broadcast called The Public Square, and we cover a wide range of issues. If you can think of any issue, we've probably discussed it in depth on the radio broadcast at some point. Some of the things that we've worked on more recently, I'll give you some examples of, I was listening to some of the remarks as we started as it pertains to Governor Kasich and some of the things that he's done. Well, there's currently a lawsuit